So, good morning. Happy Monday. It's February 22nd. It's the last week in February. Isn't that crazy? Where does time go? Today is going to be Motivation Monday like it always is, but let's start off with our daily pledge. Today is a new day. I am ready to be the best me I can be. I will listen so I can learn. I will try hard so my brain can grow. I will not give up. I can learn anything I put my mind to. So, today is a new day. I don't know how your weekend was. I don't know how the rest of your week went, but it's a new day. Brush it all off. Start over. Start fresh. Write down your goals. Write down your priorities and get moving. Today is a new day and it's going to be 40 degrees out. What an amazing day to get going and do something. Doing our daily check-in. How are you feeling on a scale of 1 to 10? Where are you at this morning? Did you wake up feeling amazing? If so, use that energy, apply it to your day, put it in a little bottle so you can hold on to it, but do something. If you have a task list or appointments, or maybe you just need to go outside and go for a walk, get some fresh air, go spend some time with a friend, whatever it may be. But if you didn't wake up feeling so good this morning, what can you do to help yourself? We have done nothing but fill up our toolbox full of tools and tips and tricks and ways to keep yourself well, to help yourself feel well. And remember, you have to be me-sponsible, okay? If you don't take care of yourself, nobody else will. We have to be me-sponsible. You have to use your tools. You have to find that drive right deep inside your belly. Find that drive to take good care of yourself. Lots of things are kind of starting to happen right now with people and their mental health. For instance, the little bit of a spring fever starts to kick in. Folks start to feel a little anxious and depressed. We're tired of winter. And so there's some of that setting in. Aside from a pandemic and everything else in the world, which we've been facing for the past year, there's a lot of stuff happening. But we also start to experience, some folks experience seasonal affective disorder in the spring into summer months. And so some of that is starting to set in as well. If you notice a shift in your mental health, if you notice more anxiety, if you notice an increase in depression, ramp up your tools, get out your toolbox, communicate to somebody, come on down to the drop-in center, find your support system. You don't have to go through it alone. It's okay. It's okay to feel anxious. I get anxious. We all feel depressed. We all don't feel well sometimes, but we have to do something about it. We have to reach out to people around us. Like I said in the beginning, it's a full moon this weekend. And so brace yourself. It could be a crazy week. Be kind to yourself. Be gentle to yourself. Make sure you're getting sleep. Just try to be mindful of how you're feeling and what are you doing about it. If you're feeling anxious, don't just tell yourself I feel anxious and then you're going to ruminate about it and then it's going to get worse and it's going to keep growing. Do something about it. Get out your toolbox and start working on it. So anyways, that's my spiel for this morning, but it's Motivation Monday. And so I have multiple different worksheets here. Like I always do, I just find some really great ones that I want to share with everybody. You know, part of staying motivated is focusing on the things that you can and cannot control, right? If you start focusing on the things that you cannot control, it's going to be really hard to focus on your goals, taking care of yourself. All those things that you can't control are going to continue to bog you down, drag you down. They're going to make you feel depressed. It's going to increase your anxiety. It's going to make you feel discouraged. It's going to make you feel helpless and hopeless. I mean, that doesn't sound like a very fun thing, does it? So I thought this was great. I cannot control anyone else, right? We've said that many a times. We cannot control anyone else, but you can control yourself. That includes your thoughts, your words, your choices, your actions, your reactions, and your future. I like this worksheet. It's colorful and it's fun, but you cannot control anybody else but yourself, right? Time and time again, we find ourselves creeping into thinking about what everybody else is thinking all the time, or worrying about what people's perception of ourselves are. But it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter what anybody else thinks. All that matters is how you control yourself. And that comes with motivation. If you're worried about things around you, you're unmotivated because you're not focusing on the things that are important to you. Remember, it's kind of like what's important to and important for. What's important to you, you need to focus on, right? Part of Motivation Monday is going back to your goals. Remember we talked about a new year and a new you. And so we haven't revisited our goals in a while. What are your goals? What are your steps? Where's your destination leading you to? Did you fall short? Did you miss some steps? Did they fall apart? Did you just throw your whole goal away because it just didn't think you could do it? That's not okay. Okay, there are always steps in a ladder, and although some steps may not work out, we just have to revamp them. We just have to get creative. We have to revisit that situation and think to yourself, why didn't that work? What do I need to do differently to make that step work? And so I'm not sure if you were a part of this worksheet before or not, but up at the top, it's what your goal is. I can't even read it. What your goal is, what steps you're going to take, and what's your end date. Okay, you have to have like an end date. You have to have a purpose. You have to have a reason. If your goal is to lose 10 pounds, you should probably say, by July or by the end of the year. Or my goal is to have my entire apartment decluttered by the end of the year. Then what steps? Remember the ladder. You got to make your steps, and you got to make them small. It's okay to make small baby steps because it shows it measurable and they're attainable, and you can pat yourself on the back and you can check them off. There's nothing better than making a list of steps or goals and then being able to check them off once you got them done. It's going to increase your productivity. It's going to make you feel better inside because you can physically see what you've done and that you've completed it. Isn't that great? I love that. I have Post-it notes all over my office, and I have lots of lists, and there's nothing better to me than being able to cross off my list and crumple it up and throw it away because I did it and I'm done, and that feels good. So again, this is the same concept. You don't need a ladder. Get out a piece of paper, write down your goal up at the top, what your end date is, and what are all the little steps you're going to work on to climb up the ladder to reach your goal. It's a good metaphor. It's going to help you stay motivated. This is 7 days to get motivated. I thought it was kind of interesting. Since today's Monday, we can start with the first one, okay? The start fresh. 2 things you're going to do to start fresh. How are you going to start your week off fresh? How are you going to start your week off different from last week, okay? Maybe what you're going to do is you're going to start with being positive, and you're going to eliminate any sort of negative thinking for the day, right? Or maybe you're going to start fresh by changing up your diet, just really trying to focus on eating healthy today. Maybe you're going to try and make sure you get your 3 meals in. Maybe you're going to start off by making a list of things that you need to get done. But how are you going to start your week off differently and start fresh? Then tomorrow it says, and we'll come back to this. I'll come back to this for tomorrow. Why are you doing this? Why are you doing this? Why are you trying to get motivated? Why are you working on your goals? There always kind of has to be like that reason why. Do you want to feel better? Do you want to be able to manage your mental health better? Do you want to be able to manage your physical health better? Why are you trying to get motivated? What's the point? What is the purpose? What are you trying to get out of this? It kind of helps you have more drive if you can say at the end of this week, I just want to feel better. I want to quit procrastinating. I want to be full of motivation so I can get some things done. Like, what is the end result of you starting your week off differently? Okay. Wednesday is building habits. Thursday is surrounding yourself with positivity. And again, we'll come back to all of this when the timing is right for that. However, one of the most important things you can do for yourself is surround yourself with positive people. If you have people who are not accepting of your goals and your motivators and the things that drive you, that's not okay, because they're going to continue to bring you down. They're going to hold you back. They're going to tell you that what you want is not okay, but in the end, that's what you do want, and that's very defeating. And so we need to eliminate that. You have to have a support system. You have to have a team of people around you who are going to push you even that much harder to do the things that you love and the things that you want to do. I like this. 5 ways to develop a growth mindset. A growth mindset is something that keeps you motivated. It keeps you going in the forward direction. It changes your stinking thinking into positive thinking so that you are able to keep working on your goals, keep improving yourself. We want a growth mindset every day of the week, right? All right, so number 1 for having a growth mindset says, don't rush to I can't. I can't drives me bananas, okay? So don't rush to I can't. When people start a new task or are doing one thing that is very difficult, it is sometimes tempting to say, I can't do this. I can't be bothered. With a bit of effort, you might surprise yourself by how well you can do the task and how much you enjoy it if you quit jumping to I can't. Many times we start something new and it's maybe not working the way we anticipated it, right? Sometimes we have an expectation in our brain of how something should go or what it should look like. And if one thing doesn't seem to line up in our minds, I can't do it. How many of you have done that? You set out to accomplish something. You had an expectation in your mind. It didn't start to go that way. And then all of a sudden, I can't do it. And you just didn't do it. Do you know how many things we miss out on life because we said that we can't do it? I will use myself as a prime example. I said I could never downhill ski because it's dangerous and I don't want to break my neck and I can't do it. And now I actually can. It turns out once I just kind of put my fears and my stinking thinking aside, I can do it. So what is something? Think about something this week. What is something that you have always told yourself you can't do? Okay? What you can't do. And now I want you to challenge yourself this week to actually try it. Put away your stinking thinking, put away your I can'ts, and try it. Try your best. And if at the end of that you still maybe weren't able to do it, maybe we need to revamp that. Maybe you need to take a look at it differently. But take a look at something that you have always told yourself you can't do. And I want you to challenge yourself, and I want you to try it this week, okay? We're going to challenge ourselves to try something different. I like it. That's a good one. All right. So 5 ways to develop a growth mindset. Number 2, the power of yet. We have talked about this repeatedly. It is so important to end your sentences with, I am not able to do that yet. I haven't been able to try it yet, because it changes all that negativity into something positive. If we sit there and we allow ourselves to continue to say, I can't, I won't, I never get to, I don't have time to, do you see how it just builds all that negativity? And we won't. If we say that I haven't been able to manage my anxiety yet, see how that changes it? You haven't been able to manage it, but it's not an end all. It doesn't mean you're going to be super anxious for the rest of your life. It just means you haven't been able to manage it yet, and therefore we need to work on some ways to make it better. So anyways, this simple word can have a big impact. There is a huge difference between saying, I am not good at this, and I am not good at this yet. By adding the word yet, it suggests that you may get there with some hard work and resilience. I love that. The power of yet. Finish every thought with yet. I can't do this yet. I'm unable to do this yet. I have not been able to get there yet. That changes everything. It keeps you motivated. It spins it all. It changes that negativity and it makes it a positive. It keeps you going. It helps remind yourself that you just got to work a little bit harder, right? If you don't succeed, if at first you don't succeed, try again, right? The power of yet. That's my favorite one. I think that's the most important sentence that you could think of in a growth mindset is the power of yet. Number 3, ask yourself, what would I do differently next time? This is a great question to ask after a setback. It stops you from dwelling on the past and helps you reflect on focus on what you need to improve in the future. If you're working on a goal and things have fallen short, maybe you weren't successful in a few things or things have really caused some big setbacks, ask yourself, what would I do differently next time? If, for instance, if you had some tasks that you wanted to get done for the week, but you just didn't do it, what would you do differently next time? What are you going to do differently this week to get your things done? Maybe you're going to schedule less things throughout the day that prevents you from having the time to do it, right? Maybe you're going to ask for help. Maybe you're going to have better time management. Maybe you're just going to take better care of yourself. Either way, ask yourself, what would I do differently next time? Number 4, failing better. Everyone experiences failure at some stage in their life, but can you fail better? This doesn't mean failing more often. One way to fail better is if you ask someone for feedback and then use it. So if you failed and something didn't work out and it was a big flop, okay, that happens. We all have to do that to learn something. That's the only way we grow and we change. But get some feedback on that. So if you failed at something or didn't work out, get some feedback. Ask somebody. Let them know the situation. Let them know what you did. Go into detail. And then ask them, well, what should I have done differently? Or what could I do better next time? Okay? And it's kind of nice to get that feedback. They may have some different suggestions. They might have a different perspective. So failing better. And last but not least, try new things. Having a sense of curiosity and courage can really be helpful. If it can help you learn new things, sometimes new equals the unknown, which equals scary, but it doesn't have to be this way. Sometimes new experiences can be the most rewarding and most exciting, okay? New doesn't mean scary. Change doesn't mean scary. It's a new opportunity. It is something that you may not have conquered yet, but with perseverance and motivation and resilience and hard work, you can get there, okay? So we're going to not rush to I can't, the power of yet. We're going to ask ourselves what we would do differently next time. We're going to fail better. We're going to get some feedback from people, and we're going to try new things. Your challenge for the week, especially for today, is think about something that you have always told yourself you can't do. Okay? Sit there. Think about it. What have you always told yourself you cannot do? And then I want you to do it. And if you fail, at least you tried it. But maybe you could do it better next time. What could you change about that? Okay? The power of yet. I haven't been able to conquer that yet. It changes it all up. So challenge yourself. That is your challenge for this week. What is something that you have always told yourself you cannot do? And you're going to try it. Okay? Good luck. Happy Monday. Stay motivated. Have an amazing day. Get outside. It is going to be 40 degrees out today. Fresh air and sunshine is going to help you feel better. But challenge yourself and do something that you've always told yourself you can't do. We'll see you tomorrow.